Yeah, let's do 3 up, 3 down.
Okay. Do you want me to start or you want to go first?
Yeah, good question. 3 up, 3 down.
Okay.
Go ahead. What are you going to do? You're going to go down first and you're going to put Matt Turner again?
I'll go down first. Zach Steffen, one again. I just want goalkeepers to be playing. That's check one. So it's a little bit harsh on him.
So wait, he's up right now. He's up or down?
Down.
He's down.
I want him to be playing, so that's up to me.
Man of the match midweek, down on the weekend for Heath.
Yeah. Just again,
harsh, baby. Harsh.
I just want him.
Heath does not like goalkeepers. That's
well, it's just hard when you think about, like, I want him to be in a situation where he's confident, and I don't feel he's confident because there's every once a week comes out some moment in the game where they could have been punished because of a Zach Steffen moment, right? And actually, if you go back to early Tim Howard at Man United when he lost his form there, it was one mistake a game, blinders of saves, huge saves, routine saves, and then it was just one moment that costs you. And when I think about the World Cup and the trust in that, I don't see him. I just think that's a down. The other down for me is, who was the other one that I wanted to go with? Weston McKennie not getting the start, and Serginho Dest. Those are two players that I want to be playing week in and week out. Yes, Weston McKennie playing is something, but and then my. Do you want to do your 3 down or me?
Let me do my 3 down. My 3 down. Serginho Dest. I think that situation is not looking good for him. That's just me trying to read between the lines about what I'm seeing and how well Milan performed against Juve. And I think they're going to roll out a similar lineup, so that gives me some concern, as I mentioned before. I will say that Jordan Pefok just hasn't been as dominant. Somebody dropped in the chat that he's gotten 1 shot on goal in his last 5 games, I think, in all competitions. Got 0 shots this past weekend. At some point, Union Berlin, at some point we're going to cool off. They're just way too hot. And so I just think it's when he doesn't play, this is what happens when you're on the bubble. If you don't play well, then it gives
every reason to let you out.
Yeah, like, look at. He just got hot. Nah, he's fine. He's come back down to earth. This is the Jordy Pefok we know. It's not fair to him at all. But that's what coaching staffs can do. Is Greg Berhalter and his coaching staff doing that? I'm not sure, but I'm just saying they can use that against him, and that makes me a little fearful for him, especially as Pepe's scoring goals, Sargent scoring goals, and Ferreira's being really active. And I think there was an interview where Greg did come out and say, maybe it was the Andrew Wiebe interview, where he said, we're not going to take 4 strikers to the World Cup or something like that. So it's interesting to see. I think that could change his mind since it's been expanded to 26. So I got Jordy Pefok in there as well. And Eric Palmer-Brown, another bubble player. Obviously, center back is still feels like it's up in the air a little bit, and him not having a good performance, again, kind of falls into the Jordy Pefok area where it's not looking great. So those are kind of the ones that I would say kind of jump out at me.
That's fine. I mean, the other one I would say is Jesse Marsch. Again, he's got to manage these games out. They had a really good first half for one of the 3 downs. Really good first half for them. Gave up a goal on a set piece against the run of play. But again, those are the kinds of things that are going to hurt you. And the first half, again, they had a real system of play, the way that they wanted to play. They just looked like they looked like they had purpose in the way they were going to play, not just like the chaos of pressing well, and not to be disrespectful to the pressing game, but and then in the second half, a very different team. And so that's one that I'm like, they got to keep continuing to add like 5 minutes of extended quality to their system if they want to put together complete performances or be mid-table team and safe for the majority of the season this year. But that would have been the only other down that I was thinking of.
Jesse Marsch, I mean, it's obviously he is a flag in the ground for Americans as really the only coach. And I remember having a conversation when I went over there with him and just how hard it was and how difficult it is to find the time to go get your UEFA badges. Mm-hmm. Okay, you say you're a coach, an American coach over here, and you've gotten your U.S. soccer licenses, and you're all the way up there, and like, okay, now I got to do an 18-month program to go get my UEFA while I'm coaching now. It's just a lot. And then to get over there, I mean, he had that opportunity where he got to be an assistant with RB Leipzig before he took over RB Salzburg. So he then had not the full-time pressure of being the main guy. He can continue to get his UEFA Pro. And it's just, he was just telling me that it's such an intensive process. It's just going to be really hard for whoever wants to fall. He's like, I can't wait. I hope more people come. It's just a big commitment and a big sacrifice. Obviously, his family had to buy in as well, moving his whole wife and kids and moving them around Europe. And sure, there's a lot of romanticism attached to that, but I'm sure it's really difficult as well to manage that. So that's it's interesting to see how that's going to play out. So yes, I want Jesse Marsch to do well. and for a lot of reasons, and but just for him on a personal level, just to prove that we know what we're doing, and that we know the game. You know, there's so much pressure on Americans to have to like prove it 10 times over because well, they got lucky the first. There's always some caveat as if we have any success.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you my 3 up then real quick. Jedi Robinson, Ricardo Pepi, and the other one I was gonna go with, which was, man, I just lost it here. I mean, I should be giving it to a goal scorer like Christian Pulisic and stuff. So
I mean, is that up though? I mean,
but the one that's
up for his situation,
Kevin Paredes as an up, only because of the fact that he is an incredible player, still 19 years old, and starting to be, you know, the third guy off the bench for Wolfsburg, which I think is a really important player outside of our pool, outside of the landscape of going to the World Cup, that we need to be pushing forward, because as soon as 22 World Cup ends, we've got a whole new generation that we've got to be able to go to. And he's 19 years old. To see him getting,
that's a good shout.
Is really important. So
no, it's a good shout. It's a good shout. I'd probably I put Ricardo Pepi in there for sure. This is in no particular order. I think Austin Trusty is starting to obviously scoring goals puts him on a radar. It just helps bring more attention to how he's been performing consistently for Birmingham up until this point. Right. So I put him on the list as kind of sneaking up and maybe making some noise there. And then I'm just going to package all the injured guys that came back to full health. Yunus Musa, Anthony Robinson, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and Timo Weah. Yeah, thank you. So those are all ups for me. So those are a lot of ups. I'm feeling good about the ups. And ultimately, overall, I think the player pool had a pretty good weekend, all things considered. So I'm excited about that. Long may it continue. Obviously, a lot of guys have midweek games, and we'll see if they get valuable minutes to make a difference. Yeah. Any final thoughts then? We kind of like tying this one up with a nice little bow. Let us know your 3 up and 3 down on the Twitter at ISWT Pod. You can drop them here. We can dissect it as well. We're going to have a couple big shows for you, as we always do, working on a special guest for this week as well. We'll come to you on Thursday. We'll go live 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then on Friday, we'll do 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Heath, it's great to do with you.
My final thoughts, just, you know, Champions League well underway. And we've got Champions League again this week. So I'm excited to see if some of our Americans get featured minutes and get a chance to prove themselves on an even bigger stage to further sort of kill any of our fears of them not being
that got intense really quick.
You know, of players that the quality that they have. I wanted to see it come through in Champions League as well. So just that's my final thought there.
Okay. I got 2 final thoughts, and I think one will probably open up the conversation again, because that's what we do. The first one is, it's our 100th episode of In Soccer We Trust on Thursday, so come back and celebrate with us. That'll be a lot of fun. I can't believe we've done 100.
I think we should figure out a way to do a giveaway, right?
We should do a giveaway. Okay, how about, you want me to do this? I can do a Tyler Adams and Brendan Aronson jersey giveaway, Leeds jerseys giveaway. What do you think?
Okay, I like that.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I got that. I got the away kit as well. So it's just so everybody can see it. I got some Tyler Adams and Brendan Aronson kits. I went big on the Leeds kits, okay? Nice. Okay, I'm just supporting the guys over there. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. What's that?
Did they give you a discount at the club store?
They did not. I did not get a discount.
$1 to pound is the discount.
Yeah, I got absolutely crushed on these. But you know what? It's for a good cause, and that is to giving it away to our community. Let's do that. Thursday, giveaway, special, 100th episode. We got to make it happen.
You're not getting it.
All right, MLS Decision Day, though, Heath. We didn't really get into that. Big games, and I loved being in Minneapolis because when I was talking to fans, both Vancouver and Minnesota, whoever won that game was booking their ticket, and you could feel the tension. You could feel it in the fans, and Minnesota had been struggling leading into this one, and they just needed to make it happen. A draw would have saw them through as well, but it was cool to be in an environment where there was so much at stake, and I love big games, so it was a big honor to be there and to be a part of it in some capacity. And now it's set. MLS playoffs are set. We'll obviously talk about it a little bit more on our preview show on Friday. But just for everybody that doesn't know, we got the Red Bulls taking on FC Cincinnati. We have LA Galaxy taking on Nashville. That's a pretty good one. That's in LA. Austin FC taking on Real Salt Lake. We have Montreal, who've been excellent this season, quietly one of Heath's former clubs, one of many of Heath's former clubs, doing very, very well. They're hosting Orlando City. NYCFC taking on Gonzalo Higuain and Phil Neville. That'll be on Tuesday, or maybe it's Monday night that's happening. FC Dallas, that is Monday. FC Dallas will take on Minnesota, or host Minnesota United. And then LAFC, Supporters Shields winners get a bye in the first round. And then Philadelphia Union had the best record in the Eastern Conference, so they'll get a bye as well. I don't really like the bye, I'll be honest. I think it slows you down from your rhythm, but those two teams have been excellent.
They lose to Nashville, so they probably want a little bye and a break after that.
Yeah,
it's all about going into form on that.
So I don't think there's been too many Supporters Shield winners that have actually gone on to win MLS Cup. Do you think that?
I think Toronto did.
Only Toronto, it comes to mind.
I think LA Galaxy did one time too.
Okay, so you got 2 out of 27 or 28 seasons that have actually done it. Do you think LAFC are going to win MLS Cup?
There's no Seattle this year, so that could be one way for them to get closer to a cup.
No Cascadia teams at all. No Portland Timbers, no Seattle Sounders, no Vancouver Whitecaps.
Fan base that you want this time of year, really going hard. But yeah, I mean they definitely got a chance, but they weren't great against Nashville. Nashville played the way that I think you see a
playoff team playing.
Yeah, Seattle team will play against them. Well, Seattle would play them in the playoffs where they'll play ugly, they'll play scrappy, they'll just make it really hard for you. And that's where LAFC have to find the next gear. Again, under Steve Cherundolo, very different than under Bob Bradley. So we'll see.